This is Record Royale, where we throw two albums into the ring with one another and see which one comes out on top. Your boys are back for the second episode of Season 6, second episode of 2022. My lisp is going crazy. Damn, what a doozy we have in store for today. John Floreani from Trophy Eyes, a band we have truly looked up to in our formative music creating years. Another Newcastle, not really Newcastle, but another legend coming on the show to chat Touché Amoré and Alt J albums. Before we get to that great conversation, Brad, Adam, how's the last week of January treated you?
Oh, it's been good. It's been hot as hell. It's been great.
Would you?
Really good.
Yeah, I've been pretty good. Saw Hamilton, the musical,
Crazy.
which was sick. If anyone's thinking about going to it, please do. You won't regret it. I'm a musical guy now. I'm going to start singing at yous, dancing at yous, all that sort of good stuff.
Thinking there should be a Hamilton, New South Wales musical. About Hamilton, the suburb.
just mess.
Maybe, we'll see.
Maybe not. Yeah, it's just Shardies, a Shardy romance.
Decent.
Yeah, we'll see. You would have heard it last week, forgot to mention it. Hear it again. You'll hear it for the foreseeable future. Our boy Joe Willis freshly recorded the intro song for us. Which is really just like a demo he made, and then we were like, can we use this for the intro? And he was like, yep. And now he's re-recorded it, and it sounds fucking sick.
Sounds fat.
Sounds awesome. So cheers, Joe. A few things have happened since we last recorded. It's been like almost 2 weeks, but Hottest 100, it's come and gone. The Wiggles have won. I lost $100. I gambled $100 on Stay to win. It came second. No worries. What were your thoughts on the Wiggles winning that one?
Saw it coming a little bit, to be honest.
I didn't put $100 on Stay.
Yeah. It was a great day. I had a really fun day.
Yeah, so did I. Yeah, that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And look, it's all good. It's just a list at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Which proves that Wiggles still got it.
They do.
They're still one of the biggest exports of Australia. It was a perfect storm, really. Makes sense.
Some people are angry, but
nah, let them have it.
No, if I didn't put money on, I would have been like, yeah, that's cool, whatever, fine. Even if I did put money on, it's cool to see the Wiggles win. It's pretty funny. It's pretty humorous. Best song of the year. Right here. I was in Melbourne last night. It was vibing. Ash Barty won. Go on. New song. Let's talk some new music though, heaps quick. Pup put out a new song. We got a new album coming out April 1st. Have you listened to the single?
Yeah, it's so good. And the video is sick as well.
Video's sick. I don't know. I think it's gonna take a few listens to get into that.
I like this song more than the last two ones that they put out.
Yeah, same though. Yeah, I did as well. But I'm gonna eat that shit up. That new album, and they're coming to Australia in July. See you for Splendor. You're going to Splendor, eh, Brad?
Yes, so.
Yeah, right. I'll be at that pup side show.
One last hurrah.
Yeah.
A final sending is in order, I think, before I retire.
Last sending.
Yeah.
That's fair. Our pals in the Moving Stills released their debut record on Friday.
Crazy.
It's hectic. Great listen. Perfect summer album.
Yeah. The production-wise, I didn't realise how they've stepped up so much.
Yeah.
Really good listen.
They sound awesome.
Yeah.
They sound awesome. A lot of synth in that album. Mm-hmm. It's riddled with good tracks. When we had Tom on, I was like, you guys are just like the hardest working local band. Hey, I love them.
Yeah.
They're so good.
And they're homies from day one as well.
They truly are. Truly are. Adam, you said you worked a big shift today. What happened?
Yeah, big dirty shift. 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the grocery store I work at. Won't dox them too hard, but it's the fancy one in Cooks Hill, Newcastle.
Put it together.
Yeah, had a really weird customer interaction actually towards the back end of the shift. A guy comes up to me and he patted me on the back really hard, which is a really weird thing to do, especially now that COVID's all happened. Like, don't want a stranger touching you, but anyway, like tapped my back really hard to get my attention. And then he said, "Champion Nuts, where's the baskets?"
What?
And he called me Champion Nuts.
Champion Nuts.
Champion Nuts.
What?
And I thought, because he did it from my back and it was just a really quick interaction, I thought it was a coworker, because that's just such a thing that you would never say that.
Champion Nuts?
That is crazy.
When have you ever heard of someone actually say that in the wild?
He put Champion and Numbnuts together? Hey,
yeah.
Champion
Nuts. And I just thought that it was a coworker and he was asking for the baskets. And I just, without really realizing it was a customer, just said, "Up your ass."
Yeah.
As I turned around and then kind of realized that this is an old man. I've just said the baskets are up his ass. And I was really tired and it just didn't compute properly. And then I kind of laughed really nervously and said, "Yeah, here, I'll go get it." And then I just ran and went and got it for him.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
What was the
Interaction
like when you got back?
I gave it to him and I was like, "There you go, mate. Sorry about that." And he just goes, "Yeah, good on you, legend." And then sort of pissed off.
That's insane. Champion nuts.
Champion nuts.
Champion nuts. Do you reckon he was referring to your cleanly shaven region
down
there?
Perfect segue.
Yeah.
Maybe he was. Maybe he could sense that they are champion nuts.
I just got in the I think you're champion nuts. They reek of Manscaped ball deodorant, don't they?
Yeah.
They absolutely do.
Maybe it was a compliment.
Yeah.
Maybe I took it the wrong way.
Yeah, I think he used the code Royale, 20% off
Might
free
be
shipping.
the pod.
That's right, because you know what? It's February this month. January, the best month of the year, in my opinion, is almost come and gone, unfortunately. Now we're into February. But you know what happens in February? Cupid works hard in February, but our friends in Manscaped, they work even harder. Valentine's Day is coming up. Don't turn this day of romance into Independence Day. Get in control. Get in control, lads, with the Performance Package 4.0, which includes Lawnmower 4.0, the one that Adam famously used on his champion nuts. Join the club, the Manscaped Club. Use the code Royale for 20% off and free shipping.
Sort yourself.
Yeah, legit. Sort yourself or sort your respectful other.
Yeah, maybe you just want to give a little message, a little subtle hint.
Yeah.
Make that day a little bit special for that, that significant other, and this is a good way to do it.
Definitely. Performance Package 4.0.
Yeah, Performance Package.
How's this one? Check this out. Remember, you can't buy love, but you can buy a clean pair of balls.
That's
yep. With
pretty
the
good.
Manscaped.
Put that on a card.
Yeah, t-shirt.
T-shirt.
It probably already is, to be
Valentine's
honest.
card.
Yeah. Yeah, so, ladies, Valentine's Day, present, get some Manscaped. Code Royale, 20% off, free shipping. Or lads, if you just need to clean up down there and get some champion nuts.
Yeah.
Royale for 20% off and free shipping. All right, we're going to get into the app now with John from Trophy Eyes. It is a fun one. We had a fucking great time having a chat to him. Before we do, make sure you subscribe to the show. You'll never miss an episode. You'll get them as soon as they come out. And please drop us this 5-star rating if you're on Apple Podcasts. And share this one around if you can. All right, here's John. We're chatting Touché Amoré and Alt J. All right, here's show today. It's always a big one when there's more than just 3 of us mugs in the Zoom call. And especially when there's more than 3 that originally come from the Hunter. What better fourth to have on the show than the frontman of Trophy Eyes? None other than one of the country's biggest and best bands. Pretty much a band that, really forged a lot of my music tastes as well. And memories from my few years ago as well. Really formative years. John Floreani, thanks for coming on the show, mate. How are you feeling today?
Thanks. I'm good, man. I'm good. A little bit hung, actually. Watched the tennis last night and had a couple pints, but
it's good to hear.
Good.
So, so did I, actually. I settled a few things over a few pints last night in Melbourne. I got there and I was like, oh, shit, I forgot they do pints here. I was like, had 5. I was pretty...
Carded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was pretty sent. It was good, though.
You learn to drink them kind of. When I first moved down to Melbourne, all my friends drank pints, and I'm just a schooner, so trying to keep up with them, I got pretty fuck-eyed like real quick.
Yeah. It was, as I said before, though, it was a good vibe in Melbourne last night with Ash Barty winning and then Kyrgios and Kokkinakis winning. It was felt a very patriotic vibe almost in there. Melbourne was going off. It was good. Where were you? Were you watching it like a pub or just at home?
Yeah, so I was at the Terminus again, and just had a couple of drinks after work, and it was good. But it's I didn't actually know tennis was that big of a thing. I had no fucking idea. The last person I remember about tennis was like Pat Rafter, I think.
Yeah.
That was on the name. But
I feel as though Australians really only care about tennis for 2 weeks of the year.
And only if we're good at it too. If we've got no good players, then we don't care, as we do in any sport. But right now, tennis is rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
5 years time, maybe not.
When we're up.
Ash Barty could still be in her prime. How's the start of 2022 been treating you? I know this you guys went to play Unifier a few weeks back. It's been pushed back to March, I think. But you're playing Chemical Miracle in full at that. Hey, that's going to be hectic. You must be super keen for that.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited. I haven't really had a chance to play the new songs. I played them once, like all our new singles, and like that was fun. But we got the offer because it was so close to Night and Day Festival. They were like, "Well, why don't we do a different show and just play Chemical Miracle?" And we were like, "Oh, cool." But yeah, I'm really excited. I think it's gonna be a big emotional one, man. Like we haven't played a lot of those songs for a long time, and especially after like not having played for the best part of like 2 years, it'd be like, yeah, should be a big one.
Yeah,
massive.
Have you done anything like that before, like playing a full album back to front?
No, the only thing we did was like similar to this. It was coming from when we got back from recording The American Dream, and like a lot of our EP songs and stuff just don't really fit in our live performance anymore.
Yeah.
So we were like, okay, we're gonna pick like a couple of days to just play all the old like EP songs and like Personal Taste, the first fucking demos and everything, and we played it at Frankie's, which was like insane. It was a lot of fun.
That would have been sick.
Because we were used to playing like I think like Metro and that type of venues, like barriers and that kind of thing, like and then jumping back into Frankie's was just like, oh yeah, this is what rock and roll is, man. Like I forgot all about it. Yeah.
People hanging off the roof at Frankie's.
Yeah, man. I was sweating. Like it was like I thought I was gonna die. It was dense in there.
Hell yeah.
We've been to Frankie's once, like years ago, and it was that's a sick venue, hey. That's like the stage is so small and everyone's so close together. Such an intimate but hectic room.
It's definitely like Frankie's is like getting a tattoo, you know what I mean? You're like it's when you're in it, it's like kind of cool, but it also kind of sucks. And not for any bad reasons, but it's just like, it's hard. And then a year goes by and you're like, oh, fuck, hang on. Like, Frankie's is cool. And you get in and you're like, oh,
gotta
shit,
go back.
this again. Like, fuck, yeah.
That's a heaps good analogy.
Yeah.
Hold on.
But like, not in a bad way. Like, I do love Frankie's. It's, especially the pizza there. It's really good. Really good.
It is good.
Yeah. We mentioned the latest singles, 27 Club and Bittersweet. They're kind of like a different sound for the band. Was that kind of an intentional thing? And two-part question: are these going to be part of a larger release? If you're allowed to say that.
Yeah. So they won't be part of a larger release. They're just kind of like, it's literally just like a bit of fun until we do something like serious. You know what I mean? So like, we just kind of picked. There's a long list of demos that have kind of accumulated over the last few years, and we just picked like the ones that we liked the most, and thought like, why don't we just put these out as singles, like, not that they're throwaways or anything, but it's not like, it's just like a bit of fun for the band really. And like just a chance to kind of keep doing what we do on some small scale while we wait for things to kind of return to normal. And so we can get away and like really write another body of work, like another actual genuine trophyized thing. So yeah, that's all that was about. But the sonically, I think like, it's not. I don't think any trophyized stuff is on purpose. No one sits down and goes, "Is this trophyized? Like, does this sound like trophyized?" We just kind of like write, and whatever comes out, we're like, "Cool." If it sounds good, it's like that'll do. But there's a lot of people that think otherwise. They're like, "Oh my god, they've changed their sound just to fuck with me." Like, no, buddy, I don't know who the fuck you are.
Exactly.
But yeah. It's just a bit of fun. Sonically, I know they are a stretch. Like, especially Bittersweet is kind of like, very, very like,
summery.
Yeah.
Pop track. It's great.
Yeah. Trophy I's never done anything like that before, which was kind of what attracted me to actually like finish that demo and make it like a proper song. Because it's like, I would never get the chance to write that, and I don't have any other bands. You know what I mean? Like, there's only me writing like sad acoustic shit on the side. So, yeah, why not? Otherwise, I would never experience having put out a happy song. So
we've mentioned this heaps on the show, but like talked about it, how when bands change their sound and then fans get like all up in arms, and we're like, how could you get angry? Like, why would you want bands just to release the same like 5 songs every year? Like it doesn't make any sense.
The ones that do, people hate the ones that do as well.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's really like the more people that listen to you, it's just the harder it is to please them all. You know what I mean? Everyone's got different tastes, and everyone's kind of the only like I get it too. It's like, oh, this band, you know, gave me this memory, and I'm connected to them in this way, and then all of a sudden they don't sound like that anymore, and it feels like you've lost a friend, kind of thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, and but the other thing, it's just kind of like it's a weird one, man. It's like you've got to just. Some bands do it and kill it as well. I know there's like a few heavy bands that have released the exact same record like 20 times, and everyone's just like, fuck yeah. And like even me, I'm like, hell yeah, that's just what they do. That's cool. Yeah. But it's hard to please everybody, man. You'll never win. It's just the only thing you can do is just don't read the comments and stay out of the YouTube comments, because that's dark.
How do you go with that? Do you steer clear?
I steer clear now. I used to enjoy it. I used to get in there and like
make fake count, have a kid.
It's like blast kids about like saying something mean, but then I realize I'm like, you know, late 20s man yelling at 13-year-old kids being like, fuck you, they're my songs. And I was like, I got like kind of like saw myself from a different perspective, looking at like, and it was very real. I was like, oh, that's not a good age.
Time.
Probably fair call. The 2 albums we're doing, Touché Amoré, Pardon the Sea, Between Brightness and Me, and Alt J and Awesome Wave. From listening to these two, I'm like hearing this, correct me if I'm wrong, if this is like your thinking behind picking these two, but big early Trophy R's influence from Touché, and then big, like more recent kind of Trophy R's influence, well not Trophy R's, but maybe your songwriting influence from Alt J. What was the thinking behind choosing them?
Yeah, well, to be honest, I can't remember what the question was when you were like pick two. So I just kind of picked my two records that shaped me like as a person and in songwriting, and where I got reference from as well. Definitely like that first Touché record. It's important to me because I remember I went to, I think is it Rise Records in Newtown or Resist Records or
Resist is in Newtown.
Resist used to have like Parkway Drive and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So I went into there and I was like pretty young. I think it was 2009 and the record had just come out, and I went in there and I was like, I want a band that sounds like Yotameyes and Comeback Kid. And the guy there who actually owns it, he was working behind at the counter, which is still kind of strange to me because I know he's very successful. Like he doesn't have to be working in his own record store, but
that Graham.
He was there that day, and what was that? Sorry,
was his name Graham?
Graham, that's him.
Graham,
Yeah. And he was there, and he was like, "Why don't you let those bands be those bands and pick another cool one until they write something new?" And I was like, "Well, fuck, okay."
Wow.
It's just changed my idea of music entirely. Like it totally blew my fucking, I don't know, 17-year-old mind. And then when he gave me that record, and he gave me President Road by The Bride, and I took those both home, and to start with I was like, oh, I don't know if this is for me, kind of thing. And then after a while of listening to the Touché record, I was just like, holy fuck, like the lyrics, it was the first time that I ever thought like this person feels exactly how I feel. And I know a lot of music fans like get that connection with bands and stuff, and I always thought like, oh, whatever, you know, like music's not that crazy, it's just a fucking song. But then when I heard that album, I was like, it totally shaped how I was going to write music for the rest of my life. And I still compare my lyrics to that album. And so when things like Bittersweet come out, I'm like, I still love that song, it's a fun little song. But then I look back at Jeremy Bolm and I'm like, fuck, and what have I done? You know what I mean? I got to reel it back and get back to my roots, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so that album keeps me in check to this day. Like I'm still comparing against that, and I'll never be as good as him, but like he's definitely a lyrical genius. And so that's why I picked that record, because I think if that didn't happen, I don't even know if I would have thought I could. I don't know. I definitely wouldn't sound like I'd still be in a band, I think, or be making music, but I don't think I'd be making music like that. And the Alt J record is I heard that on Triple J like a few years after that, so I heard them like pretty close together, I think. And Breeze Blocks was being played on Triple J, and then I was like, oh, that's cool. And I was like, they kind of pricked me to the album. They're like, the album's coming soon. This is a single. And then one day before I was going to go to work, I don't really smoke a lot of weed, like especially now, and I used to a little bit, but yeah, one day on my way to work, or I was getting ready for work, I saw that the album was out, so I torrented it, stole it immediately, and rolled a J, got really, really high, called work, told them I was sick, and just like laid on my bed and listened to that record like all the way through, and I must have listened to it like 10 times. It was like still one of the best decisions I think I've ever made in my life, because that, like, me and that record, like, I just love it. I think it's just like a stroke of genius. It's insane. The more you listen to it, the more it develops, the more you hear, and yeah, it definitely kind of like opened my mind into like what rock can be and what you can do with your instruments and what you can do with sounds and storytelling and stuff like that. So yeah, that was a huge record for me. I still listen to it probably like once a week all the way through.
Wow,
it's aged so well.
Yeah,
this album.
It'll never go old, man.
Which I remember when it came out, blew my mind as well. But then a lot of those albums that were like kind of didn't sound like anything else that came out around that time, when I listened back, then sometimes they, maybe because everything else is influenced by it, then it loses some of its special qualities. But this hasn't at all. It's still very unique.
Yeah. I don't even know who would they have like been inspired by to write that? Even that's weird.
Like medieval.
Yeah, it's like Gregorian chants,
the Vikings,
like weird medieval.
Yeah, Skyrim.
Things that also samples.
Skyrim,
yeah.
I was actually trying to look that up. Hey, I couldn't really find too much because it just feels like they pull from so many different.
Pulled from the ether. Yeah. It's not from here.
It's all acid, man. It's fucking all
acid. Yeah, it's unreal. That's cool to hear because we're all like, we've been fans of Trophy House for a while, so it's sick to hear your like main like inspirations and first loves, really. So that's sick to hear. I'm gonna smash through the little facts of these two bands, and then we'll get chatting about them because they're pretty cool. I don't have too much though about them. So Touché Amoré formed in LA in 2007. This is their second studio album, released on the 7th of June 2011 by Deathwise Records. They put out stuff from Self Defense Family, Death Heaven, a couple, there's heaps more on there. Produced by Ed Rose, who is a co-owner of Black Lodge Recordings with Ryan and Rob Pope, who are from the Get Up Kids.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, and who he also produced 4 of their records, the Get Up Kids, but he also did Motion City Soundtrack's debut record, which is pretty cool. Really like that record. And this one was recorded like live in 5 days, so didn't take too long. They smashed it out. It sounds pretty clean, to be honest. I actually didn't realize it was recorded live until I read that.
It's only 20 minutes as well.
Yeah.
So quick.
Tell you what, I love a short album.
If you told me they recorded in one day, I'd be like, yeah, I reckon you could do that.
Yeah.
Smash it out in one go. It's so sick.
You can tell that in the record by the end of it, his voice. I think they must have done it in
he sounds tired.
Chronological order. Yeah, because his voice is fatiguing.
Which is sick. It feels like you're at a set. You're
very
actually
live.
Watching them.
Totally.
Anyway.
Yeah. There was no official singles, but Amends, Home Away from Here, and the opener. What is that symbol called? Do you know what it is? Because I had to look it up, and it doesn't have a name. It just apparently
squiggly line.
Squiggly line is a thing that represents or stands for something else. So
cool.
Yeah,
really?
I use that symbol all the time, and I use it wrong. They were released prior to the album, but they weren't like official singles. So the opener,
placeholder.
Yeah. Alt J formed in Leeds, UK. Didn't write what year? Don't know why. Probably just before this album, to be honest. It came out in May 25th, 2012 by Infectious Records. Block Party is signed to them now. Also, The Subways released stuff from them. Produced by Charlie Andrew. The only 2 that I wrote down that he put stuff out by, worked with, was Madness, if you know that band, and Matt Corby as well.
Yeah. He did stuff with Block Party as well.
Did he?
But I couldn't find what album. But
maybe a recent one.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Anyway.
There was 7 singles, which was a fair few. Blood Flood, Matilda, Breeze Blocks, Tessellate, Something Good, Fits Pleasure, and Dissolve Me. Peaked at 9 in Australia, 13 in the UK, and 80 in the States, and it won the 2012 Mercury Prize, which isn't surprising because this album was like... I still remember when it came out. felt like to me like the biggest band in the world at the time. I was hearing this album everywhere.
Yeah,
It's everywhere.
Still weird because it's like they're not like Britney Spears. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
not at all.
Some pretty high fucking charting records, and still like they're not as well known as other rock bands, like say like Kings of Leon or something. Even though like Kings of Leon obviously get #1 records and stuff like that, but I still find people that have no fucking idea what Old J is. They're like, Old J?
No.
Like, yeah,
I think that's what everyone loved about him though at the time, because it wasn't like it really didn't draw from anything. Whereas like in the 2000s, it felt like you were always drawing back to just like going back to like a 90s or an 80s throwback or something like that.
Yeah.
And then they just came out and like, what even is it? It's still like unexplainable.
On a record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
Cool.
Yeah. All right, that's all I got for facts. Let's get into the elements. Touching on that though, it was when did it come out? 2012. I feel as though like 2010 to 2013 was the rise of like British indie rock music, and kind of fell like straight in the middle of that. Not that I'd really. I guess it's quite indie, but this is very experimental as well. So for it to get pretty high charting, it's pretty cool. I think.
Yeah.
Like it's very concise. Like the whole thing's so tight, and the fact that it's like so sonically experimental makes it pretty unreal. It's really it's really nice.
There's a couple of live versions at the bottom of the record. If you get the deluxe one,
Okay.
Oh yeah,
and it's like you can hear them play in like theaters and stuff, and it's fucking crazy. I think because I haven't, I should like look into this more. I do that. I'll fall in love with a record and I just like leave it there. I should like, I would like to see how they do that live. I'd like to see them live. Friends of mine have said they've seen them live and it was fucking crazy. But
the KXP is beautiful. That one when this first came out. Yeah, I can't imagine them playing at like a massive festival, because it'd just be these couple of dudes just like absolutely being heaps techie and like being kind of quiet and just like doing their thing. I don't know how it would translate.
I saw him at Reading.
Oh, you
Really?
did?
Yeah,
Wow.
and I was off my face by the time I got to this. And like probably it's like one of my biggest regrets ever was just not being more so before it, because I just remember it was so crazy and like kind of scaring me at points. There's a lot of lasers and stuff. I was really in a different world at this point. But it was great. It was so good, and it did just fit perfectly. It was more like a hip hop show or something.
Yeah, right.
I'd say. I think they were just before Kendrick Lamar.
yeah, right.
And it felt like it carried over perfectly,
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Cool.
Yeah.
What year was that? 2016?
2015. Yeah. So their second album had been out, like they were touring the second album. Yeah.
Oh, true. How did they get all their fucking like? I imagine half of it has to be tracks because you can't.
Yeah. They had. I think they had like samples and then also a live drummer.
Right.
Yeah. There was a big band. It wasn't just like a couple of them.
Okay.
There were heaps of players and like chime players and shit. And
Yeah,
was
so
cool.
many instruments on this album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's only
But
only four at the time of this album anyway. There was 4 of them, and then is there 3 now? 3 official members, or they get another one?
yeah, I think it's 3 now. Yeah.
Yeah, true. Did they have just like a massive backing band?
Yeah. There was heaps of people there. I don't know if that was their usual thing or they just pulled out the big guns for the big fezzy, but yeah, it was crazy. Big production.
Yeah, right.
What
That'd be
do we
awesome.
say? That's you know what, this is what we were talking about before about like the band, people will get upset when bands change their sound. I don't think I like any other Old J records other than An Awesome Wave. I think that was the only one that hit me like that. And
Wouldn't
it might
even
have been
know.
because I quit, like I didn't go to work and got stoned and like just laid in the sun and listened to it all day, and like maybe I forced myself to fall in love with it, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But anything they did after that, just never, I didn't really get that feeling, except for
there were the glimpses on the second album that I really liked.
Yeah.
It wasn't definitely not the whole thing. Whereas this album, when it came out, just rinsed it all the time because it was kind of it's such a good whole listen.
Yeah.
Like, you want to listen to the whole album in one go, sort of thing.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think everyone has those sort of albums as well. That maybe not that. Yeah, probably that little Dark Age MG&T record's probably one for me.
For you,
Like I don't really care about any of their other shit, but I fucking love that record to death.
I tried to listen to whatever they came out with, like, maybe like 2015. I think they released a little EP.
It was
like
Congratulations, and then there was the self-titled one, I think, as well.
Was
Yeah,
it?
I've never even tried, to be honest. I
tried to listen to the new
yeah.
one, and it was just like, well, this is not for me. Like, it just didn't hit, like, yeah.
It's all time and place, I reckon.
Yeah,
a lot of the time.
Totally.
Because sometimes I'll listen to something if someone tells me to listen to it, and I won't like it. And then like 5 years
because
later,
I told you to.
I'll come back through. I'll be like, "Oh man, this album's amazing!" And usually these two guys are like, "Yeah, you fuck with it." We just so long.
Come on, bro.
I did that all the time. I did it with a few years ago with Polar Bear Club. Someone was like,
hell yeah,
Polar Bear Club, they're sick. And I was like, I'll get around to it. And like I'd heard it a little bit here and there. I was like, I'll sit down and give this a good listen. I don't know why I didn't, because I knew when I first heard it, I'm like, I'm gonna fucking love this. But I just kept putting it off.
Yeah.
It's like eventually, but when I finally like gave it a good listen, I was like, this is amazing. I do that for some weird reason. I haven't watched the Beatles.
I do it as well.
Yeah, there's that Beatles documentary. It's just sitting down at Disney, and I just won't watch it, even though I know it's gonna fucking blow my mind. I don't know why I haven't watched it.
Yeah. My craziest one for that is Breaking Bad. Everyone's saying
you gotta watch Breaking Bad, dude.
And I know
it's the best.
I know it's good.
I only watched it last year.
I'm the same as well. I reckon I've watched the first episode of Breaking Bad like 10 times. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna continue this, and I just don't.
I've had so many of my mates say like, hurry, like they get angry at me for not watching it, and I just watched all of The Sopranos and The Wire almost in protest, because I just wanted to. I just don't like being told.
Exactly.
I have to get to it myself.
I'm the same way. I just showed my girlfriend The Sopranos the other day. She hadn't seen it before. We watched the whole thing through.
So
the last episode. She was like, so good.
It's so stressful. Yeah.
Oh shit! I dropped out. Did I just drop out?
Just for a second, but
Good, yeah.
My bad. Hang on, I was tethering from my phone.
Oh.
Yeah, so
the live action going on.
Bit of live
That's
action.
good. Tour of the house.
Just trying to sneak out the back for a
This
cigarette.
can be the clip. Promo. A tour of John's house.
How much of that did you get, by the way? Sopranos.
Just a bit. Not
Just a bit.
much.
Oh yeah, we watched it. I finally watched The Sopranos with my girlfriend the other day. She hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
And the end, man, to see her face at the end was just brilliant.
Yeah, I was the same. And especially that whole last like 3 episodes of just so stressful. So stressful. Anyway.
How many seasons is that?
It's great though.
How many seasons is that? Is there 5? 7?
5, yeah, I think, or 5 or 6. Yeah,
Might have to chase
best
that
show
up.
ever.
I have so many shows.
I haven't seen Breaking Bad, so I can't comment.
Yeah, I have so many shows and movies on my watch list that I just don't get around, and I'm just rewatching The Office again.
Oh, bro.
Again.
I legit am. I put it on the other day. I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna have to watch the whole thing," and now we're up to like season 4 in like 3 days. So it's like,
Dear me.
That's just like airplane mode sort of shit. Like,
yeah,
it's like you already know it all.
Unfortunately,
it's good for
you.
you.
Yeah, but still good.
It's still good.
John, have you played shows with Touché Amoré before?
No. You know what? I got a funny story about that actually. I got close to meeting Jeremy Bolm once, and it was an absolute fucking nightmare. So we were like on stage at Slam Dunk, and I think they played, or maybe he played with a different band.
Is that in England? Slam Dunk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was walking past. I was talking to our label A&R, Eric Tobin, a really good friend of mine. He was there, and we were in mid-conversation. I saw Jeremy Bolm walk past, and I was like, holy fuck, that's my hero. He's right there. I can't believe it. And he's like, let's go and say hello. And I was like, no way. No. I'm not prepared. So anyway, later on in the day, we got on stage, and we were playing, and we got to what's that song? The Friday Forever. We were playing Friday Forever, and I turned to my left, and of all the songs for Jeremy Bolm to see, like that's definitely like a very poppy, lighter Trophy Eye song. For all the songs in the sea, I turned to my left, and there he was with Tobin, like looking at me, and I was like, oh fuck, I wish I didn't see this one. You know what I mean? And then I turned back, and he was gone. He just kind of left. So I don't think he was very impressed. And
I'm sure he was.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I can hope, but yeah.
Maybe he was. Maybe you inspired him to write something. Maybe he got angry and had to work on his craft.
Yeah.
You never know.
You should have just went into an impromptu rundown of the first EP. Just like,
quick, place the mold.
Chuck hourglass in here quick.
Yeah. Oh,
it's
shit.
hectic.
I love that song.
Fuck, I haven't played Hourglass in a while.
I went back and listened to after we like first time I went through the Touché album, I was like, fuck, I gotta listen to that first EP now. Hey?
Yeah,
Damn.
me too.
You can hear a lot of Touché in those first
For
songs.
sure.
Yeah,
Same
I was
as,
gonna say, we played a run of shows with Perspectives, and I could definitely hear that influence through them, especially in the lyrics. Yeah. I've got a really funny story. I think we said on the pod before. I think it was your Men Move On show in the Cambridge, and I remember you put a mic in my face saying, "What's your name?" I was like, "Oh, Brad." And you're like, "What song do you want to hear?" I was like, "Oh, I don't know any songs." I was just watching my mate's brother's support. I think that you and Colour they supported.
Yeah,
and I must have been like the smallest dude in the room. It was an all-age show at the Cambridge, which is pretty rare these days.
Yeah, right.
I was like, "Oh, I don't know," but that's my first Trophy Eyes experience.
And then became a big fan and
now I'm a massive
regretted it
fan.
ever since. Yeah.
Hell yeah, exactly, and that got me into it. So
I must have been really drunk. I don't know why.
That's so fucking funny.
yeah, that was
Yeah,
the first hardcore show ever. Yeah.
Jeez.
Crazy.
What do you want to hear? Fucking, I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
I love that story.
Surprised you didn't get punched bad by another
I
fan.
think I did probably. Just got suplex, German suplex to the back of the room.
This guy doesn't know any songs. Get him.
Get him.
Yeah, especially like an all-age early trophy eyes show would be pretty hectic. If you're at the front, what were you doing at the front? Yeah.
On the barricades, though. Just some little
Yeah,
dude. I have no idea why.
That's so funny. I love that story so much.
Classic.
I was actually going to bring up, do you reckon, you know the band Amends from Sydney, do you reckon they got their band name from the last track?
I'd say so.
Yeah.
You never know.
I was thinking
They're
that.
all
was
probably
into it.
fans.
Yeah.
Just a little one. They're signed to Resist Records, actually. Tie that
There
back
you
in
go.
from earlier.
Yeah.
Wow.
All ties in.
Yeah.
Sure does. I was going to say, oh yeah, that's right. I wrote down, you know, in Condolences on the Touché album, it's big piano.
Yeah.
When the piano came in on the Tessellate, I was like, whoa, wait, what the fuck? Is this, is this the same album? And I was like, it's only like a key or two up. And it sounded exactly the same. I was like, on paper, they have no similarities. But actually listening, I was like, there's a couple of little
For a
things.
brief moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big piano.
That's cool.
Yeah, totally. Man, that song, like I listen to it now and like that kind of I find that I'll be really careful with my words. Like the subject matter of that, I don't know the title of it, about your funeral. I always find that stuff like I can never say that, even though I feel like everybody does. Like I wouldn't say that. I don't think I can say that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cuts a bit too.
It's like it's a little too emo. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's really emo.
Yeah. It sounds like some fringe like raccoon tail stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
You fantasize about your funeral, but
He pulls it off though. Like you know,
it does, man, flawlessly.
It's not cringe at all, but you're definitely like, yeah, fucking hell, you did not hold a single thing back, eh? You've just gone.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I learned a lot of the like those tactics from that record as well. A lot of like the Trophy Eyes like overshare stuff. People kind of like always talking about that in interviews and stuff. Like you just say everything, and I'm like, yeah, it's Jeremy Bong. Because actually, there's a thing in there. I think the line is, "I made a pact to myself if I was ever to raise my voice." I think it's in the next album actually.
Yeah.
It's Survived by it. But if I was ever to raise my voice, I'd be as honest as I could be, no matter what I would destroy. I think that's the lyrics. And even hearing that too, I was like, yeah, that's I was like, okay, I'll do that now. You know what I mean?
make the
Yeah.
point.
You're right.
Yeah.
I think
Being
Will's something's cut out because he looks like he's stressing. Look like he's stressing. Look at him. Me and Brad love it when something happens to Will, as far as his mic or something, because he is always organised and he stresses.
Yeah.
He stresses hard.
He's the most prepared.
He's sweating bullets.
And recently it's been his shit that's been breaking recently, so I'm just sitting here chilling. So.
Oh, I sucked in.
Dickie Leeds, mate.
Dickie Leeds.
Perhaps some
Can't
new
mess around
Leeds.
with Dickie
no.
Leeds.
Oh,
Did you get up to Newcastle over Christmas, John? At all?
No, actually, so I don't come from Newcastle. I moved there in like, fuck, I don't know. When did I move there? 2012, I think.
Right.
okay.
Which is when I met Trophy Eyes. And it was kind of people still don't believe me when I say this, but there was like a lot of music coming out of there, like that I'd noticed. A lot of like cool bands, but particularly like really heavy bands, like gent bands and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I want to join a band, and it seems like there's heaps of cool bands coming out of there. So I just like moved there on a whim, and just kind of like,
Wow.
And I had an inbox from Callan, the old drummer of Trophy Eyes, that was like, from fucking years ago, that was like, oh, you should listen to my band. I sound like these are the ones that you like on Facebook. He just like cold messaged me because he was going through fans of pages. Yeah. And then like I moved there, and I think like on the second or third day that I was there, brought up that message and messaged him back, and I was like, you don't need a singer by chance, do you? Like, your band's still going? He's like, we're starting a new band. He's like, I'm the singer, but if you can sing, I'll play drums. And I was like, oh, okay. So I went out there and did a couple of practices, and we did some Newfound Glory covers and shit. And they were like, okay, well, when you come back, we'll write some music. And I was like, oh shit, I got the job.
That's it.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're more out Maitland way, aren't they?
Yeah. So we went to Clarenstown.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So that was like it's like even I don't know, 40 minutes outside of Maitland, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a trek. Yeah. I had to take a train out there and get picked up at the train station and driven to Cal's house, and
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was the guitarist or the bassist. I think he used to work at KFC.
Yeah, Jess.
And he like trained me one day because I worked at KFC for like 2 years.
No shit.
Yeah, and I was like,
there you go.
And like, there was another dude that worked there. He was heaps into his hardcore and his metal. He's like, do you know who that is? I was like, no. I've got no idea. He's like, he's from Trophy. I was like, who? And there you go. All these parallels. Crazy.
Yeah.
There were so many outside forces trying to get you to listen to Trophy Eyes, Brad, as a young man.
I know. Ooh, and I finally got there.
Finally got there.
You got there.
My late teens. Yeah. That's crazy.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now, bud.
I'm going to get a new lead, eh? It's happened like 4 times. I don't know if you've noticed me, but I've had to like fuck it around. I've got Zoom going through just like the computer mic now, so hopefully it doesn't come out. But if it does, so yeah, Brad, you're gonna have to do a few editing on this one.
That's
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Anyway, I can't remember where I dropped out. Do you just want to do the segments?
Yeah, let's do that.
Hectic. All right, let's do the segments. First one, get inked.
Get inked.
All right, John, we're gonna make some tattoo designs, and then it's up to you. You can either pick a tattoo from these shitty ones that you would get, or you can wing one and make one up yourself. I'll go first this week. Mine from Touché's album is from Sesame. The line, this one sucks, eh? The line is, my eyes are too big for my stomach. I can't process all that I do. A rich diet of endless endeavors at the expense of me and you. That's an awesome lyric, but the tattoo isn't awesome. So I'm just thinking like... so my eyes are too big for my stomach. I really could have just read that one line out. Just like a dinner plate with like beers and like fucking drugs and other party elements on the dinner plate as a tattoo. That's it.
Decent.
Yep.
Sounds like something I'd get anyway.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I really fit the target audience this week. And then for Alt J from Something Good, the line is 48,000 seats. Bleats and roars from my memories of you. Now that I'm clean, the matador is no more and is dragged from view. That song's lyrics are like crazy. Yeah.
Video is crazy as well.
Yeah, it's weird as fuck. But so I'm thinking a matador holding up the red flag in front of the bull. But instead of like the red flag, this is still as a tattoo. It's like different photos you share with like someone in your life. So the bull is running towards like a flag.
Big tattoo.
That's a full body piece
of memories. Yeah, it's more of definitely more of a.
Sounds like an NFT.
I don't even know.
Personal NFT.
Yeah, we should change this segment to like NFTs.
Maybe we just make NFTs now and then actually sell them.
There you
go. Some money. Get some NFT money. That's cool. They're mine.
You might get sued by the bands, maybe. You never know.
Yeah.
That's all right. We'll have enough NFT money to fight them off.
Yeah, pay the lawyers. What are yours, Adam?
Mine for Touché, I had I'd rather play Dead than play Catch Up from Method Act. And I was just thinking a little cartoon dog up on his back like that, maybe with one eye open playing Dead, and those words under it would be kind of nice.
That's sick.
But I also had from Crutch, I Kiss Ellipsis. That'd be a really good like emo tat of just like some like a kiss mark and a few dots.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people probably already have that. I reckon. And then from An Awesome Wave, I had from Dissolve Me. I think it's like the first line, the 2 tabs on your tongue. The picture, the art for this is just like, the triangle. They're like band symbol, I guess. It's like 2 acid bits.
True.
I think getting that actually tattooed on your tongue would be pretty gnarly.
Oh fuck, that would hurt so much.
Are they a thing?
Those are mine.
Can you actually get a tongue tattoo?
Yeah, I looked it up.
Yeah.
You can, and it's fucked.
Yeah.
They end up looking terrible pretty soon after, I think, because they just like fade.
Wet.
It just looks like you have a black tongue.
Yeah, how the fuck would that heal? It's just constantly wet.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a big scab.
Oh, I couldn't think of worse pain. What are yours, Brad?
Mine from An Awesome Wave from the song Tessellate. Triangle's my favorite shape. 3 points. 3 points where 2 lines meet. Just like a complete sleeve of just like a tessellating tattoo, like triangle pattern. Just I don't know, not very good.
Like all the way down, just heaps of
Just
triangles.
like tessellating, so like they all fit in with each other.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be
like
kind of cool.
Yeah,
Like a tribal sleeve, but triangles.
I guess so.
It would look like scales. It would look like
Yeah,
fish
yeah.
scales or something.
That'd be cool. And from the Touché album, from Pathfinder, late nights and all night drives are the reason why I'm alive. I'm not going anywhere. I thought that was a pretty cool line about how ruthless life on the road could be, whether you are like playing in a band or like if you're a trucker. So I was thinking like a front-on view of like a trucker in his big Mack truck with like a drip and like a ventilator, and he's kind of smiling, but he's also got like a tear in his eye.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
That's
deep.
the life.
I've never thought
The life on the road.
I've never thought of how close a similar job truck drivers and touring bands.
Yeah.
They're kind of the same.
Yeah.
Wow.
Especially in the States, they're kind of
That's what I was thinking. In the States.
In the States, when you pull up at a gas station, there's like the line is like tattooed people with like tour passes and just giant truckers, like big fat dudes with beards. You know what I mean?
Start to see the same ones at every place.
Yeah.
Probably follow them around. Yeah.
John, do you have any Touché Amoré tattoos?
I don't. I should. Fuck, do I? No, I don't. I have I have 2 music tattoos. I have a gallows tattoo. I didn't want to get the F word on my arm, so it just says "Misery loves me," but I didn't want to get fuck on there. I don't know why, but at the time I was like, I better not get a swear word. But I probably would change that now.
A bit naughty.
Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking. And I've got a worthwhile tattoo, which is I want to change the world.
Oh yeah.
Sick.
It's just like a globe with they're both done by Dane Tuddy. I think this is one of my favorite ones. This is a buffet club. It's just a dead chicken could eat. It was me and a few of my friends in the States when we were touring. We just like make a point of stopping at every buffet that we could find and just like eating like insane amounts of food. And they're pretty big boys. Like Saul and Chad are in it, and they're always really, really surprised because I'm not as big as them. They were just like surprised about how much I could eat, and we just kind of we bonded over large amounts of food. So we all got that tattoo.
That's growing young boys.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hectic. Yeah, sick. Any shitty little tattoos we just made? You're thinking about getting now? The Matador one? The mural?
I think the Matador one's really
The
cool.
NFT, yeah.
See one? I think like just a Matador would be really cool. I think the sport's pretty barbaric, but I think it would be cool, like a big black bull and a little red cape. Like, I might
red
edit
in
it a little bit.
tattoos is very in at the moment as well.
Is it really? Yeah. There you go.
See a lot
Oh,
of
I have another music tattoo. Is Johnny Cash portrait.
Oh,
But,
sick.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
red on that
Yeah.
too.
bit of red too. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think Adam's Touché tattoo. What was that one again? That one was really cool.
The dog.
The dog.
Yeah, the dog one. I think that's I'd probably get that one.
I'd rather play dead than play catch up.
Yeah.
I love that line actually.
Mm.
Yeah.
There was another line. I can't. I'm the bastard son of romantic Babylon. I tried to come up with a tap for that, but I don't really know what it means. But it's it's definitely like just is the best lyric, I reckon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I think that whole section for the I'd rather play dead than play catch up. I was like listening back to the record, folding some laundry actually, and when that bit came on, I was like singing along in my head, and it choked me again. Like I got all like I was like, oh fuck, like I wasn't prepared. You know what I mean? It's got snuck up on me, and like that whole section is just
Pretty heartbreaking.
Oh man, it's insane. It's insane. It gives me like goosebumps on my face just thinking about it like that.
Me too.
Especially because when I was listening to that stuff, like I was just kind of like, I think I was in my early 20s, like around when I first like met Trophy Eyes, and we were writing, and I was like referencing that a lot, and like just finding my sound in that and my style, and that, listening to it, I was just fully like transported to that time. It was just, very, very emotional little segment. That bit fucking sneaks up on you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd definitely get that as a tattoo. I think that'd be cool.
Well done on him. Nice. All right, let's do the ad. This one's easy. Just saying our top songs, one from each album. John, you can go first. Actually, what are your favorite songs from each?
That's a good one. I think Alt J would be Tarot. I think is that the one with like the like East Asian.
The last one.
Yeah. That East Asian, like that Indian break in there is just like fucking. I had no idea that was going to come in when I first heard it, and I was like, this is just genius. And I've been trying to write that into. Originally, 27 Club had that in it, like a little.
Really?
Yeah. 27 Club was a very different song when I first wrote it. And I might just fucking post the demo just for a laugh so everyone can hear it, because it's fucking ridiculous. Everybody I showed was just like, don't do this. Please don't fucking do this, you know? So I will do it. I think on the next, it's gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, man. That's when shit's good, is when everyone's telling you don't do this. It's a bad idea, and you do it anyway. I think that's
people
when
told Old J medieval chanting probably isn't in.
Dude,
They did it anyway. So
yeah, true.
You gotta take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think Tara, that piece of music is fucking awesome. And Blood Flood, I think like the end of Blood Flood, where that like little snary thing right at the end is just insane. Like it's like it gets heavy almost. It's like that piece of music's like crazy. So it'd be hard to pick between those two, but I think probably Tarot, because it's just so original, so crazy. And for Touché, I couldn't pick one of them. I think probably the one we were just talking about, or Home Away From Here. I think Home Away From Here, when I first heard it, I didn't really understand it. And then when I'd done a couple of years of touring, it changed again because of the subject matter of him just being traveling all the time and stuff like that. And then again, listening to it like the other day, and even just recently, like the subject matter changed again. It was much more of like a philosophical inward reflection of like who he is and what he does and all of his shortcomings, and that fucking, it just hit me all over again. Like, and it sucks to kind of pick what would be considered the single as my favorite song, but I'd like to be more obscure and cool than that. But like, it's that song, because some of those things, like I have this problem where I want to be everywhere that I'm not. You can take that on many different levels. You can be like, oh, this guy just likes to travel, or you can think like that thing really means that he's not happy anywhere, and he goes different places to try and fix that because he thinks in his life he's missing joy, but in his life he's the problem. You know what I mean? And I experience that a lot, like that kind of like, fuck, it's me. You know what I mean? It's not my unhappiness is me. And so that when I heard that again, being, having lived a little bit more life and understanding a bit more, when I heard that piece again, it changed meaning again, fucking rocked me again. I was like, fuck yeah, it's like a therapy session. It's fucking insane. So like, yeah, definitely that one, I'd say. But it's too, like, for that record, I don't even know that those songs are so short until I heard them on on my friend's car stereo, and I could see the song names change when the songs changed. I thought half of them were like 3 songs or 1 song. I thought,
yeah. I thought there was like 4 tracks on this album.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like they're all just so fucking good, and like the things that he says are just like, you know, especially for back then, is way ahead of its time, and like that kind of poetry. And even now, like you see people that are like, you know, adapting that same kind of thing. Like Billie Eilish's latest record is a lot like that record lyrically. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's, you know, I'm sure there's other artists that have kind of done that, but I'm like that. I think that record and that style is just like made ripples that people don't even know that where it's like where their reference is coming from, but I'm sure it's referenced something they've listened to down the line. You know what I mean? Yeah. So sure. It's really hard to pick a favorite, but yeah, probably Home Away From Here.
I was going to say like the same thing. The songs are very similar and all run together so well. It was kind of difficult. I would choose Sesame though, song I mentioned before. I really like the last 2 lines where it's like, "There's no rest for the weak. I need a week's rest desperately." There's a lot of cool lines on the album, like 2-liners where it's like the words kind of play on each other in different ways, and that's one of the sickest ones. I love that.
That line, he sounds so tired as well.
Yeah.
Like he really sounds like he actually really does need that week.
He's out of breath. That's a very genuine, like,
so like,
What's the word, the musical word called where you like sing in the style of what the lyrics are? Like, for example, if you sing like, "We're singing in harmony," and then a harmony comes in, what's...
Oh, true. No, I don't know.
Nah, it's been a while since you told me.
Yeah.
Theory,
I don't know.
Music, I'm not too sure.
There's a word for it, and that's kind of like an example of one. It's a cool one. I forget the word.
That kind of, he does it a lot too. That kind of like, it's like quaint wordplay. It's odd. It's like a technique that you wouldn't really think would fit in a band that's playing at fucking 220 BPM, recording live, you know what I mean, and screaming about hating yourself, and then he does a little thing like, "I need a week's rest." Like that's, it's like kind of cheeky in a way, you know what I mean?
Makes you take a double take. There was a few times where, because it is coming at you so fast, I would stop and go back like 10 seconds just to listen over it again, because I would go, what the fuck did he just... Oh yeah, true, okay.
Yeah,
but you don't really get that in punk music. Sometimes it just kind of floods over you, the whole thing, and you do remember the lyrics, but you don't give as much thought to it, whereas I think it forces you to.
I think that just shows like his skill as a writer, and like he must read like a lot. He's probably very, very well read person, you know what I mean? And so that kind of it just goes to show how fucking good he is. I can't do that shit. I'd love to be able to do it, but like my brain just doesn't work that way, you know.
Then for Alt J, I had Dissolve Me. I think the whole album kind of does it really well, but the mix between like the crunchy fat bass and then like the lighter synth on that song especially it's just so sick. So you're gonna
say makes me want to go throw it.
It's like Naked and Famous fat.
Yeah.
Specifically on that one. It sounds like it's a big festival out of nowhere.
Yeah. It would go.
That song makes me want to go for a hike, I reckon. This whole album does. Like, I just want to explore,
What are your songs, Brad?
I'd Dissolve Me as well.
Yeah, right.
Which is fine. I might go Tesla. I really like I didn't notice the like reversed guitars at the start. But lots of cool production tricks in there. There's no cymbals on this album either, which is cool. Like
the percussion's like my favorite thing.
Yeah,
I think it's very basic.
No crash cymbals, no hi-hats here. It's like a bunch of cool percussion.
That's something I hadn't honestly realized until just now. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know, like, as much as I've listened to that record, I didn't know there wasn't a cymbal in there, which is just fucking crazy. Again, like, how'd they do that?
It's played on pots and pans.
Yeah. Legit. That's the medieval shit coming in.
The medieval. Yeah. Fucking, anyway.
Yeah. I had Crutch for my Touché Amoré one. That's just like a minute and... Was it 11 minutes, 11 seconds?
Minute 11,
just, and it's got the cool 5/4 timing in it. And there's that really beautiful bit for like 10 seconds in the middle of it. And it gets straight back into the big hits. Yeah, I just thought that was a cool, dynamic song. Full of chaos.
Did you say Crutch just then? Sorry, my internet.
Yeah, I did.
Great. What are yours, Adam?
For Touché, I'll go the one before that. I'll go Uppers and Downers. I think that whole run, that one Crutch, and then Method Act, they definitely just feel like one song.
Yeah.
And I could pick any part of it. I think that's definitely my favorite. Like, it's just so aggressive, but then also, it just sounded burnt out as well. I don't know. I think can definitely relate to a lot of the stuff that he's talking about, especially over the last couple of years. It's just like, kind of feel like you're getting nowhere. There's a lot of that in there. So love that track. And then for an awesome wave, what might have been said? I'll probably go. I'm just gonna go Breezewalks. Fuck it. It was the first song that I heard from the album.
Yep.
I think I didn't listen to it as much once I heard the album because it was just like played everywhere on Triple J, and I kind of started to ignore it or whatever. But now going back to it, I was like, fuck, it is such a pretty perfect song, and it's really weird. It's about like the subject matter is super cryptic for a song that was as big as it was.
Yeah.
And it does sound like it's just like pots and pans and other weird shit going on. So
yeah,
to craft a perfect like pop song, I think the way that they did is unbelievable.
Yeah, totally. It is the All the Small Things of the album, but that's still not to say that All the Small Things isn't a fucking brilliantly written song. You know what I mean? Like, I totally agree with that. Like, I didn't listen to it a lot when the album came out full, but now when I listen to, because you don't really hear it around so much, so I don't skip it anymore.
But then it does stand out again. You're just like, oh fuck, that is a really good song. Yeah. I actually did a cover. I might have to get this up and show you guys at some point. When I was in like year 10 with my friend, and he was playing on pots and pans, and I played and sung, and we did it just to try and get girls, and it didn't work. Didn't work.
Didn't work, dude. Shit.
Didn't work. But that's all right. It was fun.
How did it sound?
How did it sound? Video?
Pretty shit. Thought it was good at the time. Listened back like a couple of years ago because some of my asshole mates decided to just like bump it just to remind me how fucking cringy I am.
Hey, bump it. So it's currently still on Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh, hectic. All right.
I'll just do some digging.
Yeah, it's still there.
Sweet.
Did you put on like the accent? Did you sing with the accent?
No, I think I just sung like myself, but I look a completely different person. It's crazy. Anyway.
I'll be getting
What is that? Like he's what? They're Welsh, did you say?
No, they're from Leeds.
Yeah.
Oh, from Leeds. Yeah.
Which I guess is like that's north, isn't it? I think that's north of England. So I guess they're gonna have a bit of a weird accent, but it is definitely like extra. It sounds like old English.
Yeah. Medieval. Sounds
medieval. It's medieval.
English.
Keep coming back to that, but it's true. Yeah. I truly think that's where they're actually just knights. Anyway.
It's like you found a time machine or something like that.
Yeah.
like 2012.
What's that movie with Brendan Fraser where he's a caveman that gets frozen accidentally and then he's like alive in the 80s all of a sudden? Maybe that's what happened to them.
Yeah.
Maybe.
They sound like
blew everyone's minds.
They sound like Fleet Foxes as well when they do their harmonies.
Yeah.
Like just vocal a cappella. It sounds sick.
Sure.
All right. Hectic. Good songs in there. You can find that playlist, the Record Royale ads on Spotify. Fair few songs in there now. Check them out. All right. We're going to do a segment that we brought back last week. It's great to have it back. Spocks and Spacks.
Everyone on your buzzers. Let's play
Spocks and Spacks.
All right, John. We've replaced two vowels because we stole this segment from Spicks and Specs. I'm up this week, so I'm going to be singing two songs from either of these albums and then another song using different words. I'm reading from a little book you might not have heard it called Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Beautiful.
I'm going to go from page 1 because I might read it again. Who knows? We need buzzers though, so if you know the answer, you got to buzz in. Brad, Adam, John, what do you want your buzzers to be?
I'll go with a Wooga.
Oh, yeah, a Wooga. That's decent.
On this night.
I'll go. Yep.
Okay. Nice.
What, so you actually have to make the noise?
Yeah, you have to make the noise.
Well, you
let
can just
me know.
say a word if you want.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. I was going to go with the Tim Allen noise, that grunt noise. It's like my favorite noise ever. Have you guys...
Home Improvement.
Have you seen this fucking... Yeah, dude.
What is it? I don't know what it is.
I'll find it. There's a 10-hour video. No, 14-minute video, sorry, of all of the Tim Allen grunts.
Yeah. I've seen it.
I'm already laughing.
And then there's one they like slow it down to like like 1,000 times slower or something stupid like that, and it's just like such a trip. It's so fucking crazy. I'll try and find the noise. Oh fuck, I don't have YouTube Premium. Also, I found this other hilarious noise the other day. It's called Deets.
Deets.
Yeah, Deets. It's just this like, you'll know it when you hear it. It's in like Ren and Stimpy. Like, oh, here we go.
What?
I think the first one is the. Yeah.
I'll listen out for that then. It shouldn't be too hard.
You could also just say Tim Allen.
Yeah,
Tim Allen. Okay, I'll say Tim Allen. There you go, Tim Allen.
all right.
So wait, so what's the rules of the game? So you're gonna sing?
I'm just gonna-
Did you watch Spicks and Specks back in the day?
Yep. A
When they did
little
the
bit. I
whole-
don't.
The singing different lyrics, but for the melodies of the song, and we just got to guess it.
Okay.
Yeah.
This. I'm not gonna be very good at this because I don't know.
I've chose. So the first two are from songs from these albums. The last one is from like another song, but I've chosen like a very popular song.
Okay.
Same with these two. I reckon you will get them. But I'm going to be singing along with the song playing because it's fucking hard. So
Okay.
give me a break. Brad, get the auto tune ready when you're editing
Sure,
this.
I got you.
All right, so this is song 1.
I could never do this, by the way. You've got some stones to be able to just like sing in a
Don't worry,
Zoom
Brad will
call.
make me sound brilliant. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, this fucking... Oh no, I got the wrong song click, kid. All right, here we go. Wait up, I got to turn it up. This is brilliant podcast listening. Thanks for tuning in, guys, for another ep. Not for the first time an argument had broken out, not over breakfast. At number 4.
Tim Allen.
Wait up, Brad got it.
This is Breeze Box, wasn't it?
It was Breeze Box, yeah. Couldn't you tell? All right. Song number 2. Now, this one's going to be hard. Let me just have a little listen. All right, if you don't get on the first line, I'm probably not going to continue because it's going to be fucking hard. All right, let's choose a new chapter. Here we go, chapter 6, Gilderoy Lockhart.
Decent.
Professor Lockhart. Okay, here we go. Okay. The next day, however, Harry barely grinned once. Things started to go downhill from breakfast.
Tim Allen.
Please get this.
What am I other than something? Ah, fuck. I know the song. It's
I'm so impressed that you even got can think to get it because fuck, I sung that wrong. I was out of time.
I don't know the song title. I guess I can't win. I'll have to pass. But I know that it's that Touché song. What? I don't know the lyrics.
Yeah.
Other than what the bottom. What have I seen other than what the bottom looks like? Stuck somewhere in between.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
so
but
maybe it's the last track on the album.
There you go.
Oh, Men's.
Yeah.
Amends.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't want to do.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do too. Fucking.
I was gonna say
old
it would
J
be really
songs.
hard to do Touché because there's not a lot of
No,
melody
no,
changes.
Yeah. I was gonna do another old J song, but I was like, nah, let's spice it up. Okay, this last one is from. Who got that, by the way?
John.
John.
I think it was like a joint effort because I didn't know the.
Yeah, I will give that
also
to you. 'Cause
Amends.
that was me just being shit. This one's from a song a song from an album we've done on the pod, but it's a very big song, so I think you should get it pretty easily. What a great segment this is. All right, here we go. I don't think I need to... I can just sing this, actually. Since a disastrous episode of the Pixies, Professor Lockhart had not brought the live creatures to class. Instead, he read passages from his books to learn. Yeah, Adam?
It's a Justin Bieber song.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking...
Right, Adam has
Love
the floor.
Yourself. Sorry.
Love Yourself.
Oh, my
There
bad.
it is.
Oh, thank
That's
God
chill.
that album, Will.
Out of all the albums we've done.
You
Well,
went Justin Bieber.
I wanted to go. I was like, I need one that's easy to sing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
After
I'm impressed that
fucking
you can read
Amends.
the words and fit them into
It's so
melody
tough.
like that.
It's
It's like
hard.
a talent.
I practiced
yeah.
for an hour before I get
Yeah, I didn't practice that one.
Yeah, I practice a fair bit too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess Harry Potter was kind of easier, but you guys often read from like cookbooks and shit. That would be hard.
I've read from it like an
2
Italian
teaspoons
cookbook last week, and I
of
didn't know how to say a lot of the words.
Yeah.
Made things very difficult
Yeah.
for myself. Yeah.
Anyway, I think you all got one each, so it's a draw.
Decent.
Well done.
Beautiful.
One more. Nah.
I'm so glad I don't have to do that. Tiebreaker? No. So glad I don't have to do that for another couple of weeks. All right, let's do last segment. One more to go. 2 truths and a lie. Brad, you're up this week. John, Brad's going to say 3 statements about these bands. 2 are true. We've got to figure out the lie out of those 3. Take it away, Bradley.
All these about Alt J. Number 1. Alt J claimed to stockpile magazines for when they go on tour, so they can read them on the bus. Number 2. Alt J made pastries to give out for free at their first ever show.
It's a very English thing to do.
Number 3. Alt J used their Mercury Prize money to fly their parents out to an expensive dinner while they were touring.
I'm going to go with the last one is a lie.
Yeah.
Last one seems it's too nice, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it just sounds like sounds like normal rock star shit to do. And I think judging from the sounds they make, that they're not very normal people. You know what I mean? So I think like, what was the
magazines?
Stockpiling magazines.
Yeah.
Do you have any information on what sort of magazines they were stockpiling?
No, I don't. I do
Just
not.
like the...
I think the last one's a lie. I think there's 2 very English, 2 very British things to do. Oh, I'm going to stockpile a magazine and like that was a terrible English accent. But you know what I mean?
Make pies.
Make some
Pastries.
pastries.
Yeah.
That's I think that's the first 2 are facts.
Again, the pastry fits in with the medieval... I think the...
I reckon their
not.
first show they made pastries to give out.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
Sweeney
It was a house show as well. It wasn't like a gig. Yeah.
Right.
I think it was in one of the members.
I'll just go with that one, eh? I'll just go the pastry one. I don't know. I actually
I'll say that the magazines are that's not real.
Yeah. 1 each. All right. So they did stockpile magazines.
Bugger.
So Adam's out. And they did not make pastries.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
For some reason, I was like, they've definitely done that. I was like,
that's so on brand.
That one didn't even cross your
No,
mind.
I kind of switched it up a bit. They they did like a welcoming sort of thing to the house. So I was like, all right.
Pastries. Why pastries?
I don't know. I was just thinking like, English
You're
keeping
just
it.
feeling like a 420.
I don't know. Yeah, just a little pocket of
hungry.
sorts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Little pocket rocket.
Nice.
Yeah.
Spinach and feta action going on.
Yeah. That's decent. Well done,
So,
Brad.
Brad.
Will won. Good on you, Will.
Yeah, cheers. I needed that win after 2 Spocks and Spacks. That's good shit. All right, we got one more thing left to do. We've got to rate these albums out of 10. We don't just rate them out of 10, though. We've got to rate them out of something fucking stupid. Maybe out of 10. Fucking
Triangles?
Yeah, that's a good one. Triangles for Alt J. 10.
10 that little squiggly line.
Yeah, 10 squiggly lines.
10 squiggly lines.
10 squiggly lines.
All right, let's do it. John, we're going to do one album at a time. So what are you giving Touché's album out of 10 squiggly lines? And can give it a big fat 10?
Yeah, look, I am not a 10 giver. I'm very and not because I'm like a music snob or anything like that, but I'm very particular in what I would rate a 10. With fucking anything, even like food or books or movies or pants, like fucking anything in the world. You know what I mean? But I've picked 2 albums that I would consider 10s.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a boring answer for me, but I think 10 squiggly lines and 10 and 10 triangles.
Bang.
Boom.
Whoa.
There it is.
That's what you want to hear.
Yeah, that's the
that
thing.
is what we
A
asked
dual
for,
10.
so it's good.
Yeah. I mean, like some of my favorite albums, I'd give a solid 7.5, just because you've got to separate I love this album, but it's not a 10 out of 10 written record. You know what I mean? And who the fuck am I to judge? This is my opinion, but
Exactly right.
these 2 I think are perfectly written for what they are, and even outside of what they are, they're just 2 fucking unbelievable pieces of art. So I have to give them 2 10s, I think.
Sick. That's what we want. Yeah, ask people to bring on their favorite albums. We expect 10s. Nothing less. All right. Brad, what are you giving Touché's?
I'm gonna give it a big fat solid. If I could do an 8.5, I probably would, but I'll go an 8. This makes so much sense. All this shit, like learning about all the influences and all that sort of stuff that's come through. big Trophy Ice fan, and this makes perfect sense. I really like this as well. And I needed a place to start with Touché Amoré because it always came up in my suggested. I didn't know. I didn't because I don't listen to one song at a time, and I was like, I don't really know what this is all about, but this has been a great place to start. So I'm gonna keep moving forward from here, I think, and maybe go back as well.
Go back, definitely go back to the first one. It's like it's a little bit like rougher around the edges.
Yeah,
but
I'm down for that always.
Still, like it's probably more poetic, like, and a bit more dramatic. It's really good.
Cool.
Not my favorite of them all, but it's really good still.
Yeah,
cool.
Man. Adam, what are you giving it?
I think I'm gonna go. I might go an 8 as well. I think more because I'm just listening to. I think if I listened to this back in like 2015, 2016, when I was listening to way more heavy music, I would go way higher. But listening to it, I was same as Brad. I always have needed a spot to start with Touché, and this has been so good. As we said before, it's just like it sounds like a perfect live set. I think. Nice, short, concise, but they still fit a lot into every song. I think like it doesn't feel like it's only going for 1:40 because there's all these different sections and you felt a lot of different things in that very short period of time. I probably just wouldn't go as high because it's just not aligning with the stuff I'm listening to now, I would say.
Easy.
True.
Sorry to be boring as fuck, but I'm gonna go an 8 also. I think I like I love this type of music, so I think I relate more to these tracks and like the rawness more than the Alt J album. But I think like as an album, the Alt J one's like probably a lot more like unique. But I love them both a lot. These songs are fucking hectic. So yeah, easy 8 for me. John gave Alt J 10 triangles. Brad, what are you giving Alt J?
I might talk myself into something here because this is my first time fully deep diving into this because I always, especially when this was massive, I kind of neglected it almost just because it was so popular, and I was like, oh, this is different. I don't like it. I like my rock and roll. I like me Arctic Monkeys and shit. They're way better. They're a way better English band. So I had a great time with this. It all works so well, and it could have been kind of messy maybe without all the like how perfect it is. Very imaginative, very dreamy. Makes you want to, very inspired by it, I think. Makes you want to go out and see the world. Makes you want to like dance around a fire or some shit, go camping or something.
Yeah, dude, totally.
So I'm gonna, I might go, fuck it, I'll go 9.
Hectic.
Yeah.
Go on. Adam?
Yeah, I don't know. I struggle to really fault this, to be honest. I loved this album when it came out. This and like a small group of my friends, this kind of blew our brains up, I would say. And I haven't listened to it in years, but going back to it, as I said before, it hasn't, like, it's aged perfectly, I would say. I think I even like it more now, weirdly.
Yeah.
And there are like, I mean, there's some like silliness in there as well, like with some of the chanting and things, and like on Fit's Pleasure, some of the weird like a cappella shit on that. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? But it just works. It works so well. I'll go a 9 as well, I think. I'm not going to give it a 10 because I'm trying not to give 10s out as much as I usually do.
Yeah.
And I think it's probably not quite perfect, but it is just like an anomaly. It's so endlessly entertaining, I would say.
Yeah. I'd agree with that.
I'm going to be boring again. Not doing a 9 though. I can't split him. I'm going 8 again. I think, as just said before, like, feels more unique and groundbreaking than the Touché album, but I just fucking love that type of music, so I relate to it more. But every song sounds like it's just like on every episode of Suits, if you guys have watched Suits. Just like that type of music, and I fucking love it. So it's an easy 8. Purely
this was like an ad album, actually.
Oh, hell yeah.
When it came out,
totally.
like every
QR code touches,
like any tech ad.
Yeah.
You still hear like Breeze Blocks and Tessellate on a few shows.
Yeah.
What was the? Do
a
they
car
sing?
ad or something?
Do they sing Left Hand Free? Is that Old
Yeah.
J? Yeah.
Yeah, that was such a big ad track.
That song was fucking everywhere. Yeah. But yeah, 8 for me. Also, let's check these scores. Oh, We have a winner. Old J, 36 out of 40. That's a fucking big score, eh?
Fucking
But it's 34 out of 40. Touché Amoré, Parting the Sea, etc., etc. Hell yeah. We've done it. Old J wins. Second ep of season 6. Yeah.
What's like, just genuinely interested, what would a 10 record, what's a 10 record from you guys?
I was just about to say, when we first started the show, like
we gave
2
out
years
a
ago,
lot.
we gave out a lot of
10?
10s. Yeah. Well, Brad's, me and Adam.
I've given out 110.
Brad's only given
Because
out one.
I like to be, I'm not frivolous with 10s. Like very sparing. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to give anything a 10, but but I'd be really interested to see what you guys would consider a 10. Because I think you're quite a bit younger than me as well, aren't you? Like
I'm 25, 26, yeah.
Okay, right. So not
25
I think one that I really stand by and I like will always agree with was Since I Left You by the Avalanches. I think that is like,
oh dude, yeah,
actually
that's my 10 as well. That's my 10.
Fucking insane
Psycho
record.
good.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at. I have a big list of like all the rankings. That album's still number 1, and then The Dream Is Over by Pup. We just all fucking love that album.
That's a great record too.
Yeah.
I don't know if we should have all given that.
I know, but it was just
that influenced our old band
so
so much.
yeah.
So we just
There's a few actually in that Pup record. There's a few towards the end of the record, like that Spooky River song.
Yeah,
that's just that's not
Pine Point.
Pine Point, I think.
Pine
The river claims everybody or something like that. It's like things like the recurring thing. In that song.
I know the song. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not that. That song was like. There's a couple of songs at the end of that record that just didn't hit for me. Like I just can't.
I think that one was more of a nostalgia type of because we had
nostalgic 10.
Nostalgic 10. But the other top like few are Silent Alarm by Block Party, Phoenix, Wolfgang Amadeus Phoenix, and then Powderfinger Odyssey number 5 is like up there as well. Daft
really,
Punk,
I haven't
Discovery,
listened to that album all the way through.
Strokes.
Declan Byrne brought it on.
Yeah,
it was really really good to listen back to that one.
Yeah,
you guys have done a really cool job. I actually like.
Hey, we wish we got paid for this shit.
Actually, keep going, man. This is really fun. Like,
shout out to our sponsor, Manscaped.
Pay us.
I'd love the opportunity to do this, to be forced to listen to music. You know what I mean?
It has been such a weird like experiment for us all. I think.
Yeah, dude. Like, it's so cool. It's so cool. I've actually been like, listening to that Touché record again for the first time. I was like, holy fuck! I forgot music can do this. I'm like, I don't like. I've definitely. This might be like oversharing again, but I felt jaded with music for a long time. I think because it's kind of like monetized it and made it like a business thing, and I definitely lost a lot of the romance in music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And hearing that record again, I was like, actually, music's sick. Like, I fucking actually love music. Like, I've been talking a lot about like, yeah. And to be forced to have to sit down and listen to a song or a record and then talk about it. This is like cool book club. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah.
It's sick. It's fucking awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah, it is good because we've been able to get some pretty cool guests on like yourself, and then being able to hear like their inspirations and their influences. That's like the coolest shit. And
I wish like I mean I'm happy with the albums that I chose, but this whole time like even like sending the albums in, like it's a big question, you know, 2 of your favorite albums, and like I was like, oh fuck, I hope everyone doesn't like. I was gonna pick like some obscure albums so everyone thinks I'm cooler than I am. You know what I mean? Like
no, this has been perfect because I think both of these albums were due and definitely like reintroduced me to Old J, and then Touché for sure. Needed to hear that. So
fuck
it's been great.
Then,
if you guys still doing it in a couple of years, get me on again. We'll do it. I'd like to do to break down. Just add me as a guest. We'll do 4 of us, and we'll interview other people.
The fourth man. Yeah,
dude, 100%. It's so fun.
We get the Patreon going.
Yeah.
Your own show. Yeah, with John.
It's your show on Patreon.
100%.
That's hectic.
Man.
Talking about albums that we get introduced to next week on the show. This is fucking crazy that we have the lead singer of Eskimo Joe, Cav Templey, is coming on the show.
Crazy.
I'm so stoked that I get to say those words.
That's mad.
And the 2 albums he's chosen, Dusty Springfield, Dusty in Memphis. You know Dusty Springfield? Yeah. Yep. It's fucking sick. Against Spoon, Kill the Moonlight. So yes, Cav Templey of Eskimo Joe is coming on the Zoom call. for the pod.
Okay, I'm just gonna
Joe
say,
from Eskimo Joe.
I'm gonna save Spoon right now so I can listen to it, and then when I listen to this and it comes out, when this Eskimo Joe one comes out, I'll be
well knowledged.
Yeah, I'm gonna text in my rating of the album as well.
Send an audio clip. We'll chuck it in the app.
Hell yeah. Kill the Moonlight. That was 2002. That's interesting, man.
Where's Spoon from? Is that England or are they? I haven't actually looked in the albums yet. I guess I'll have to do that.
I can't wait to hear his words on them. Cause
how are you gonna like look at this guy and not think like
you wrote black fingernails, red wine?
Yeah. Every time he speaks, I'd be like red wine, and I'd be like hearing that fucking voice in my head. Oh, you guys gotta check out this Sarah.
It's gonna be weird doing the Spicks and Specs segment because he
you
probably did the real one.
Now?
Yeah. Oh shit!
Back in the day.
Man.
Dude, Sunset.
That's lovely.
Nice.
Melbourne's crazy.
Not so good.
Weather.
No.
Yeah,
it's all right.
Yeah,
we're going to soon, to be fair.
Yeah.
do it.
Or Sydney, we'll see.
So that's next week with Cav Templey from Eskimo Joe. That's right, Cav Templey, Eskimo Joe's coming on the pod. Crazy world, crazy start to 2022. John, thanks so much for doing this, man. It's been lots of fun. I hope you had a good time.
I had a great time, man. Lots of laughs, and it was cool to talk about my favorite albums.
Hectic.
I think like in any other setting, when you talk to someone about music you like, people's eyes just glaze over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or you're that guy being like, "You've got to listen to this album." And they're just like, "Okay, you could be that guy."
Whatever, man.
Yeah. It's good, man. Just leave me the fuck alone. So like, so fucking had heaps of fun, man. Yeah.
Hectic.
Glad.
All right, we'll catch you next week with Cav. Make sure you follow us on the socials at Record Royale. If you haven't already, I'm sure you do though. Check out Trophy Eyes on all the good shit, music, upcoming shows, playing Unify. Is Unify sold out, the festival? Maybe.
No idea.
If not, check them out. Unify, Victoria, March. Yeah. More shows coming up as well after that, John?
Oh yeah, we got a tour. Fuck.
Oh really?
Yeah. We got a tour.
Feels like I should have known that.
Oh well, it's kind of we haven't really promoted it at all because you don't know if it's gonna happen or not.
Yeah, true.
But it's cute little rooms. I don't know when the fuck it is though. Let me just check. Hang on. Yeah, it's from like 24th of March to 24th of April. So it goes for like a month, and it's just kind of majors and a couple of regionals on the East Coast.
Newey question mark?
Is there a Newey?
Yeah. We're playing Newey for sure, dude. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Cambridge? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. We're doing there's a band from Newey. Fuck, I wish I knew who they were. I forgot their name. I'm terrible with names. But yeah, a cool little like Newey pop punk band that's going to open for us just at the Newey date. They reached out to us and they're like, "Can we play?"
Probably
like,
mates with them. We'll have to have a look.
Well,
you might be, yeah. In Mantra, I think they're called.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Right.
Sick.
We kind of got some really cool like blinky elements and stuff. So
yeah,
I thought it'd be fun to have them on.
Man.
Awesome.
All right, we'll see you at that show.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Get us on the door.
Yeah.
Get free ticket. That's what it's all about. I think you haven't played shows in 2 years.
You got stories for us, don't you, John?
Free ticket hustle. It's a great racket. Yeah.
What's the rider looking like?
It's big these days. It's big.
Came out all sorts.
Yeah.
A bowl of M&Ms with all the green ones taken out.
Little apple shit.
Yeah. All right, we'll catch you next week. Cav from Eskimo Joe. That's right. Eskimo Joe's on the show. See you later. Bye.